This Nancy game might just be the most difficult game I have ever 100%ed. Not only did I have to solve the hardest puzzles known to man, but I also had to get 13 different achievements and multiple endings depending on my questionable choices. Oh, and not to mention that the mystery we're solving involves a haunting that had me so petrified I almost quit playing. But before we dive into the mystery and my suffering, hi, I'm Skylark. If you enjoy videos like this, maybe consider subscribing. My very delusional goal is to hit 10,000 subscribers by the end of the year. Now that we're done with that, the game began as Nancy was fast asleep, blissfully unaware that the next 3 seconds were going to be her last moments of peace.
Savannah?
There's been a kidnapping. A girl just a little older than you.
Well, if I wasn't awake before, now I was. Savannah went on to explain that our kidnapping victim, Jessalyn Thornton, had disappeared on the eve of her wedding, and if that wasn't crazy enough,
Thornton Hall is a dangerous place for people like me.
Ghost hunters, you mean? So people think it's haunted?
They know.
oh great, a haunted house, because having a ghost breathe down my neck while I solve the hardest puzzles known to man is just what I needed. You know what, maybe it's a nice haunted house, maybe it's got like a pool, a spa, and that's quite the accent. Okay, never mind. I'm just gonna go dive into the river and count to 1,000,000. That seemed more pleasant than what I was about to go through. So I put on my best brave face and walked up the dark path and onto the front porch, but before I could open the door, I don't like ghost hunting anymore.
Excuse me?
Huh?
Sorry. Of course.
Oh, who are you?
I'm just tired. I'm Colton, the fiancé.
Ah, yes, my first suspect, Colton the fiancé. It's always the fiancé in true crime shows. So he was definitely the top suspect for the time being. Colton goes on to give me Jessalyn's phone that he very conveniently found lying in the house dead with no charger in sight. As I pocket this new piece of evidence, I go on and ask Colton what he thinks happened to Jessalyn.
Any chance this is just pre-wedding jitters?
She might have had second thoughts about the wedding. Trust me, everyone does.
What?
But she never let anyone worry about her like this.
Is it safe to assume you had second thoughts about the wedding?
I never said that.
True, but you implied it.
Yep,
You
call
said,
him out.
Trust me.
Call him
everyone
out.
Does.
I know. I remember it like it was just moments ago.
That's a weird thing to say. I stood transfixed by Colton's little sassy pose as I contemplated whether or not this man had just gaslit me. You know what, Jessalyn? If you really ran away, I don't blame you. This man seems like a piece of work. Speaking of pieces of work, shortly after I entered this beautiful, charming house, I found Jessalyn's mother, Clara. Oh, hi. She's looking
You
at
must
me.
be Nancy.
Yes, you must be Clara, Jessalyn's mother.
Yes,
I want you to know that I'm here to help you with anything you need.
that's real sweet, hon.
Nothing like that sweet southern passive aggressiveness, and I was very tempted to stoop down to Clara's level, but I surprisingly did not, even though it took every fiber in my being not to. And actually, I got a lot of useful information out of her.
Who did Jessalyn come here with?
Addison. I tried talking to her, but she was a wreck. Here.
Her phone number, Addison Hammond, okay. I also got an interesting angle on the potential motive of whoever took Jessalyn, if we're buying that theory. Despite this place looking like, well, a dump, the Thorntons are actually extremely well off, and Clara expected a ransom note to show up at some point, but it never did. So she's come up with her own theory of why that is.
It's like someone's trying to punish us.
Why do you say that?
Thornton Hall was once something truly beautiful. But so much greed and tragedy built up in these walls that when they started to crumble, I wanted to save this place, make it mine. But I couldn't. So whoever took Jessie wanted us to sit here in this broken down old house waiting for her.
So the current theory is someone kidnapped your daughter so you will sit in the old ugly haunted house. Right. You know what, Clara? Why don't we leave the detectiving to me, shall we? Even though the reasoning seemed off, the lack of a ransom note was still an important piece of evidence because whoever kidnapped Jessalyn must not have kidnapped her for the money, if she was kidnapped at all. After I finished my conversation with Clara, I grabbed my phone to call Addison to get her side of the story since she was with Jessalyn when she went missing. But I ended up discovering something better. Okay, so, oh, a camera? Wait, put that task list down. I can take pictures? Say cheese, girl! I know you're having like a really bad time right now because your daughter's missing, but like, cheese! Listen, this is how you know Clara is really in distress. Because any person in their right mind would have immediately punted me out the door for my insensitivity, and I wouldn't have blamed them. With Clara eyeing me strangely in the background, I began to do what I do best, snoop. And forget about what I was doing, which was calling Addison. But I'll get to that later because I had made some important discoveries. Is there anything else in this room that I can interact with? Okay. Some orange. Oh, I'm taking the oranges. I said, do you need these? I'm kind of hungry and just took all of the oranges. Can I not click? Oh, hello. What's in here? Oh, I don't like this. Despite being scared out of my mind that I had just waltzed right into a serial killer's lair, I continued poking around, discovering a table with nails, some wires, and a how to make your own battery manual. Weird thing to keep around, but great for me, seeing as Jessalyn's phone is dead and there was no charger. After reading the manual, I realized I was missing a few components and would have to come back to this later. Can I do anything with it?
This looks like a painting. I should find somewhere to place it.
Okay, I love how I'm just taking the painting as well. We love kleptomaniac Nancy Drew. What use would I have for this painting? No clue. Maybe Nancy was thinking about a career change and becoming an interior designer. I mean, I would too if I had to stay in that house. Can't blame her. After exploring the rest of the room and grabbing various random objects that may or may not help in my investigation, I went to leave until... okay, oh, no. Whose shadow was that? Oh, heck no. They better mind your business. Listen, I don't care like if you creep somewhere else, but like don't do it in front of me. If you gotta be a ghost, go do it somewhere else. I don't like the ghosts. They're very scary. Look at this place. It's so scary. It's fine.
It looks like the painting is missing.
Oh wait, could I put the painting in here? Yeah. It felt great to figure out where to put the painting I picked up earlier so fast, but nothing happened. I had gotten used to being rewarded anytime I figured something out that it was a shock that I had gotten nothing from it. There had to have been a reason why that painting was so important. I just didn't know it yet. This game was already teaching me that it wasn't gonna make anything easy at all. Brushing off my confusion, I walked further down the narrow hallway and picked up a random bag of cotton, adding it to Nancy's assortment of weird trinkets. Wait, where does Nancy store all this stuff? Are her pockets so deep they lead to another dimension? This is a nice view though. I wouldn't mind sleeping up here. Actually, no, I would. That was a lie. I would cry if I had to sleep up there. Yeah, I was feeling really sorry for the loser that was sleeping there. Couldn't be me. You're in luck. Welcome to your bedroom. You're joking. When I was joking, I have to sleep in here? Oh my god, the loser's me. I'm the loser that's gonna be sleeping there. Okay, yeah, okay. I didn't want to ponder that horrifying thought for much longer, so I ventured down the other hallway to only stumble upon a dead end with a locked door. If only I had the key. But alas, things are never that simple. Thankfully, shortly after that, I finally remembered that I was gonna call Addison to get her side of the story when Jessalyn disappeared. Oh, there we go, Addison.
Hello?
Addison, my name is Nancy Drew. I'm calling to see if you can help me with something.
Is this about Jessalyn?
Yes?
I can't. I'm sorry.
The sooner we
not?
can find out what happened to her, the better her chances of survival.
Okay. I'll help with what I can.
Okay, if I the only one who found her switch up to be really weird, what do you mean you don't want to help? And then 2 seconds later you do? That's strange. Interesting.
How's Jessalyn's relationship with Clara?
Okay. Maybe a little strained.
How so?
Jess used to call her Chairman Mom.
Why is her mom staring at me? She's staring at me! Maybe calling Addison right next to Clara wasn't a good idea, but Addison's description of Clara really seems to fit her, so maybe instead of eavesdropping, you should be looking for a therapist, Clara. Maybe I can hook you up with the one I found for the Penville family from my adventures in Blackmore Manor. Seems like you might benefit from that. Ignoring Clara giving me the evil eye, I pressed Addison to tell me what happened the night Jessalyn went missing.
She was about to get married, and I think the pressure of it was getting to her. It was supposed to be a night of blowing off some steam. So, in a weird way, spending the night searching for a ghost sort of made sense for a bachelorette party. At first, it was really fun. We were running around trying to scare ourselves silly. Then, things got strange.
She goes on to explain that while playing the scavenger hunt game, Jessalyn seemed to grow more and more desperate to find something, almost like it stopped being a game. And remember that locked door upstairs? Apparently she was desperately trying to get the door open. What's even more strange is that before Jessalyn disappeared, while she and Addison were in the house, Jessalyn screamed and disappeared and didn't come back for what seemed like hours, and when she did return, that is when she started acting strange. And if this already wasn't the weirdest story, Addison just had to add on this piece of information.
It was her and me up in that freezing house, and I remember thinking, I'll never get to sleep. But then I started to feel fuzzy.
Fuzzy?
Fuzzy?
Like I was underwater or something. And I noticed Jess was gone again. I wanted to get up and find her, but I couldn't move. It was like this invisible hand was pinning me down.
Girl, I think someone actually poisoned you with a blow dart.
It wasn't Jess. Then it was the morning. I was alone and Jess was gone.
Well, at least you can say you had an unforgettable bachelorette party. The kind that would haunt your dreams for the rest of your life. After Addison was done telling her side of the story, I hung up with even more questions than before. Why would Jessalyn disappear twice? Why did she start acting strangely? And what the heck happened to Addison? There better be someone hiding in the rafters shooting poison darts at people, because I refuse to believe that a ghost is doing all this. A real person I can beat up, but I cannot square up with a ghost. My fist would just go straight through it, and then I'm just screwed. Deciding that I had enough of this creepy haunted serial killer house, I ventured out onto the property of Thornton Hall and of course found some trouble.
Hey!
Oh, who's yelling at me? Oh my god!
Savannah?
No, but you must.
Why'd you run up on me like
Did she
that?
leave you? Are you the new assistant?
She's not coming.
What did you just say?
She said she was sorry to send me,
why are you getting
but
closer to me?
nothing could get her to come here.
I never took her for a coward.
Well, she seemed pretty scared of the ghosts.
Ghosts? No, that ain't it. She's scared of seeing me.
Girl, I'm scared of you right now and I've only just met you. I can see why Savannah didn't want to see you. Ever heard of manners? A simple hello would have gotten my attention. No need to scream at me. After Wade calms down, he properly introduces himself and informs me that Savannah had a package sent to the house for me. He also seems to be a little more loose-lipped than the other family members.
What do you think of Colton?
I do not like that shifty little punk, but I have said that about all Jesse's boyfriends. With him, I mean it a little extra. Something's crooked with the two of them together. I don't know if she can see it or not.
Would you like to run the company?
Good, sweet nonsense, no.
Oh, that
Do
was
not
a strong
even imply
reaction.
that I'm after that to anyone.
The Thorntons are extremely well off and own a successful company, which Clara owns. I found out from Wade they're cousins alongside Harper and Charlotte Thornton. Clara was raised with Harper and Charlotte after her mother passed away. This information will be extremely important to remember for later.
So you met Savannah because she was trying to find Charlotte's ghost?
One of those people who met her was Savannah. Ask her, and maybe she'll tell you about it. After that, she became obsessed with Thornton Hall. We got to know each other. I fell for her like a Black Tuesday banker.
What?
In the end, the landing was just as rough. You wouldn't know by looking around here, seeing the state we're in, but we're loaded.
What's that have to do with anything?
Oh, not the
family
brag.
bought its money with blood.
Oh, never
And
mind.
not always our own.
Not a brag.
And
This family was getting more and more complicated by the minute. More complicated than Savannah and Wade's dynamic. I'd have to ask Savannah what on earth went on between the two of them later. In the meantime, I took a look around the cemetery, and Wade once again makes himself useful by filling me in on the various family members. Did I retain any of this information? No. No, I did not. And this would bite me in the butt later on. After exploring the graveyard, I decided to see where one of the paths took me outside and accidentally picked up something important. Oh, what's this? Oh, it's just like, oh! I had actually just picked up the scavenger hunt list that Addison and Jessalyn were following. I didn't realize it at the time, but there were a few big clues for me to investigate on the paper. I put the paper in my inventory and went inside and found the package that Savannah had sent me in my makeshift bedroom. In the package was an EMF reader, perfect for ghost hunting as it tells you when a ghost is nearby, and a book? Ghost of Thornton Hall, wow. By Savannah. This is just self-promotion. Here's my book. Speaking of self-promo, if you are really enjoying the video so far, I would appreciate it if you would hype the video. Hyping the video helps small creators like me get seen by the YouTube algorithm. And if you want to catch me recording these live, I also stream on Twitch, so if you want to be part of that, go follow me there. As I began to read the book, I found out that Charlotte, Wade Clara's cousin, tragically died here, and is widely believed to haunt this residence, crowning her the Ghost of Thornton Hall. It suddenly made a lot of sense why everyone in the family was so uncomfortable being there, and dodgy talking about their family's past. And speaking of Charlotte, it seems like she had a little surprise for me. I totally understand. Who is this? No, back up. No. I'm good, actually. I'm so good. No. Oh, heck no. Please tell me that was just a hallucination. Please don't make me sleep up here. I don't want to wake up to Miss Charlotte standing over me. No thanks. I don't need any more trauma to bring up to my therapist. While checking out the hallway that Charlotte appeared from, I came across a peculiar painting. Hi, girl. Did you see that? That was crazy. Nah, I'm scared.
What's that smudge? It almost looks like something was painted over.
Someone did something. What about some paint thinner? Should I just like spray it all over the painting? Be a little crazy.
I can't pour this directly on the painting.
Oh, come on, you can. Obviously, spraying paint thinner all over the painting wasn't gonna work. So I decided to go downstairs and look for something to apply the paint thinner that I had gotten from Nancy's previous klepto splurge onto the painting. I went back into the serial killer room because there seemed to be a lot of cloths lying around. And while I wasn't able to pick up any of them, I was able to pick up some pennies in a jar by an old film projector. Oh, pennies! Pennies! We got pennies! As I held the pennies, I remembered that I needed some from the battery manual that I had found earlier. And after reading it again, I realized that I had all I needed to make the battery for Jessalyn's phone. The only thing that was missing was nails. Thankfully, there were a ton on the wall next to me, but I didn't have a way to pull them out. Why can't you just pull them out of the wall, Nancy? Are you that weak? Could I use this? No. Come on. Use the picker. No, I know. Is there a hammer? Thankfully, my request was answered. There was a hammer chilling outside that I very gratefully snatched up. My happiness was short-lived because when I stepped inside... Okay. Hello?
Singing? I think it's coming from upstairs.
Okay, well, it can stay upstairs. I got things to do. I love how Charlotte's supposed ghost is trying so hard to get my attention by popping out at me and singing to get me to come to her, and I just ignore her. Like a main character dodging all attempts to get them to engage with the storyline. Listen, you have no problems if you pretend they don't exist. That's how that works, right? But because I'm playing a game and can't progress if I ignore everything, I very bravely go upstairs to see what is waiting for me. Hello? Anyone up here? Hello? Oh, I just saw my... Oh.
Blind. Call Charlotte home. I need to figure out what this means.
Okay, so she requests a meeting, recite a rhyme with dreadful meter, where dreadful meter is at its peak. Make yourself blind. I don't want to do that. You make it very hard to schedule a meeting with you, honestly. I don't think I want to go. What kind of sick freak does this? Is this all just an elaborate prank to scare me out of my mind? Why go through the trouble of writing a cryptic riddle when the person who wrote this could just talk to me? Why the secrecy? What could they possibly need to tell me that they couldn't just say in person? I didn't have the answers to those questions quite yet, so I went back to fixing Jessalyn's phone, finally having everything I needed to do so. So the instructions was get the oranges. The last one has to have a penny in it, right? Okay, there we go. That'd be really nice.
It's not charged
well,
yet.
Yeah, I need to... The nails. Where's the nails? Oh, they're here. Okay.
All right. Let's see if all those oranges did the trick.
Good.
It's not charged yet.
Okay, we'll charge faster. Do we have to wait for it? Okay, well, how long is this thing gonna take? I don't have all day here. We gotta find a missing girl.
It's not charged yet.
Okay, well, I guess I gotta be patient. Boo. Can you tell patience is not my strong suit? Anyways, in order to pass the time, I decided that it would be a good idea to call Savannah and fill her in on what has happened, and to get the gossip on what happened between her and Wade. I spoke to Wade.
I spoke to Wade.
I figured that might happen eventually.
Not her looking at me.
Are we beyond that?
I'm sure you have your reasons.
I do.
Looks like Clara wanted to hear some of the tea as well. I cannot blame her for that. But like always, Savannah is cryptic with her answer, and so no tea for Clara and I. The conversation took a serious turn when I asked why Savannah didn't want to come to the Thornton estate. And she explained that the family has an extremely dark past that she didn't want to re-experience. And then she also told me about her haunting encounter with Charlotte's ghost.
Stood right beside me. Just me and her, eye to eye, for a hot minute. Finally, she reached for my wrist. She pulled me through a fog that became smoke and then fire. She pulled me back to the night she died.
Could you see what happened that night?
I couldn't see a thing. I could only feel the heat. I could feel how sad she was and how angry. I'm sorry, hon. Talking about it don't come easy.
I'm just trying to fit the pieces together. What does Charlotte have to do with Jessalyn?
All families got one thing in common. Every generation, just like the last. There's some rebels and some oddballs that break the mold. From what I gathered, Jessalyn seems to be cut from the same cloth as Charlotte. You ask me, if someone saw Charlotte as a threat, then Jessalyn's been born behind enemy lines.
Well, that was extremely cryptic. I don't know why I expected her to say more. Nobody in this game really seems to give straight answers. So I called the only two people I knew would be completely straight with me. Hello?
Bess's phone.
All right. Bonus
Ned!
Ned. What are you two up to?
George is in New York.
So, she got the internship with that Technology of Tomorrow place?
Yeah, Ned and I were just planning a road trip for when you're back. I was in the middle of trying to convince Ned to grow a bad mustache so we can hang out in Brooklyn.
For those who might not be familiar with the Nancy Drew games, you can always call some of Nancy's friends, including Bess and Ned. Well, Ned is Nancy's boyfriend, at least I hope, because why is Ned answering Bess's phone for her late at night? Suspicious. We'll get more into that side story later though. I like to think of these phone calls to Nancy's friends as the hint system. She basically fills them in on what has happened so far, and they will typically point her in the direction to go in next. Sometimes they do it in a very silly, goofy way.
I've been reading up on missing persons cases and hauntings.
Really? Oh, that's great.
He's like, I did my
I,
research.
on the other hand, have been watching videos of otters. So good at stacking things. Additionally, I've kidnapped Ned. I've been so bored since George left, and Ned's a very active listener.
Mm-hmm.
And he's also very quick to Stockholm.
Nickerson family trait. We like being liked.
Jokes aside, it was honestly a breath of fresh air to talk to these two. I was starting to get bogged down by the dark atmosphere and the ghosts.
And if the ghost is real, then case closed. A ghost did it. If that turns out to be the case, please don't tell me. I like living in a world where ghosts are probably not real.
Same, girl.
I already
Same.
have to vault into bed after every scary movie for fear of ankle grabbers.
After I finished catching up with Bess and Ned, I remembered that I was on the hunt for a rag to wipe the paint thinner onto the painting upstairs. The thing is, I could not for the life of me figure out where to find one. Fabric. Could I take this? Cold? Where could I want to see what's on that box on the table, but it won't. Can I just like rip the carpet out of the floor and just use that? Like, seriously, I know these rags are probably musty, crusty, and dusty, but couldn't I just clean one off? If finding a rag is this hard for me, things are not boding well for the more advanced puzzles later on. Running around the house like a chicken with its head cut off really left me parched, so I decided to get some tea and accidentally picked up a tea rag. I guess that solved my problem. I should have realized that was a thing sooner. With my new rag in hand, I marched upstairs to uncover the secret that old painting was hiding. Or do I just, okay, perfect. What do you mean, Oh, there it is. Okay, I was clicking up a storm. That's so weird.
What is that? Are those graves?
Don't mind the random woman hanging out in the graveyard. Compared to everything else in this house, this is the most normal thing here. I honestly had no idea what this painting was trying to depict, so I went to Clara to ask her about it. But I realized I had a lot of dialogue to go through with her before I could ask about it, which led to me discovering this crucial piece of information about Wade.
Keep a suspicious eye on Wade.
Wade didn't seem
He's
all
so
that dangerous to
sus.
me.
He neglected to tell you about his time spent in jail, I see.
Drama! Could this be the reason why Wade and Savannah are on the outs? I was definitely gonna bug him for more information later. After going through some more dialogue, I was finally able to ask her who was in the painting. I did find out that the woman who wasn't covered up was Clara, but...
I can't talk about it. Not right now. Please, just leave me be.
Man, can't anyone in this family just tell me what on earth is going on here? They're all acting like Charlotte's gonna pop out and kill them if they say the information that would help me in this investigation. Would it kill you to be more forthcoming? Your daughter's life is on the line. Anyways, I ignored her plea for space and managed to get some more cryptic answers.
I've heard about the ghost, but can you tell me anything about the real Charlotte?
My cousin. But everyone thought we were sisters. She died here. When I was a little girl, my mama used to say, after we Thorntons passed, we'd keep on living right here. She had this weird belief that Thornton ghosts aren't around forever. They got a short time to make their peace. If they don't, they get bitter, real mean and nasty, until they forget everything that made them human. And then they slip into the cracks of the world to live with the others.
The others?
The others?
The lost souls from an accident that happened here years back. Mama called them hungry shadows.
I could suddenly see why Savannah wanted nothing to do with this place. The sooner I could find Jessalyn, the sooner I could get out of here and scrub my brain of these cursed memories. And sleep in my own bed and not in a dingy sleeping bag on the floor of a house that looks like it'll blow away the second the wind kicks up. So I booked it to Wade, who did nothing to help my fears of the ghost that may or may not be prowling the estate. I have a question for you, hopefully.
Wanna hear a ghost?
No?
Check it out.
Did you manicure your nails just for me? Leave it to me to ignore whatever terrifying noise just came out of that audio recorder and zero in on his manicure. But honestly, who does your nails? They did a great job. Okay, let's get back on track here. After I was able to tear my gaze away from Wade's fresh manicure, I was finally able to ask him about his past. But as I was looking at the dialogue options, I noticed I could ask about Charlotte and her history, so I did that first.
Do people really come here trying to meet Charlotte's ghost?
Around the time Charlotte's ghost was driving the family away, the stories started to spread. Little kids around here started playing this game to scare themselves silly. They'd turn off the lights and say, "Fire so red, night so black. Dear sweet Charlotte, please come back." That's when people started jumping the fence at night hoping to meet her, saying that same silly rhyme.
Well, that's extremely morbid. I can't imagine what it would be like to have your family member who you are mourning be turned into a scary caricature of themselves for kids and tourists to entertain themselves. Since Wade was being so forthcoming, I pushed for him to tell me what he did to land him in prison, and that might not have been a good idea. Yeah, is it true that you have a questionable past?
Is it true that you have a...
Oh my god, he's a bad boy. I can see why y'all were saying I can fix him.
Yes.
Oh!
I advise against it.
Why?
It's not a fun place, and they don't let you leave. I took a tour of the seasons. My debt is paid, that's all.
I'd really like to know.
The nerve you got.
Yeah, I got nerve. I'm a detective. What do you expect? Me to go, oh, that sounds good and not question you? I'm a detective. It's kind of in the name. I detect things. I ask you questions, Wade. It's kind of my job. I gotta go.
I better get going.
Boot wearer.
Get on out of here now.
Oh my god, why are you screaming at me? Oh, he's one to talk about nerve. Get your French tips out of my face, Wade, unless you like to find him ripped off tomorrow morning. Fuming from being yelled at like a dog by Wade, I started exploring the graveyard again to see if I had missed anything, and eventually realized that Jessalyn's phone had finally finished charging because I could cross it off as completed on Nancy's checklist. So I could finally get into Jessalyn's phone. Nothing could stop me from reading all the secrets that are hiding in its files. Hello?
Looks like I need
Oh
to
my,
figure out
the password? You've got to be kidding me. Yet another hoop I had to jump through to access that stupid phone. There better be good information in this thing. Like Jessalyn's exact coordinates so I can solve this case. That would be nice. So I did the next best thing I could think of, talked to Colton to see if he knew his fiance's phone password. I mean, surely he would, right? Wrong. I went to ask him, but there was no dialogue option about it. So I settled on asking him how he and Jessalyn met and immediately regretted it.
I saw her one day and thought, this is the girl I'm gonna marry.
Ooh, that
Then
never ends well.
I threw a rock at her face.
Excuse me?
Like, metaphorically?
No, I was just a kid. She still has a little scar. You can see it when she smiles.
Okay, I don't think that's something you should be proud of. Yes, because there's nothing more romantic than permanently scarring someone for the rest of their life. And as if the story couldn't get any weirder, he tells me about how he and Jessalyn got engaged.
Actually didn't start dating until a year ago.
Really?
We both dated other people, but nothing worked out. One day, Clara had enough and sat us down and said, everyone knows you're going
not
to
the
get
sassy
married.
hip.
Go to it already. Jess was mortified. I took her out to the coast since that always cheered her up. We talked through the night, and by the time the sun came up, it just stopped sounding so silly.
Yeah, this all was sounding extremely fishy to me. I didn't have enough information to piece together a theory, but something didn't seem right. If I could get into Jessalyn's phone, maybe I would find out more information about her supposed kidnapping. I figured that maybe Jessalyn's best friend would know the password, so I decided to call up Addison.
Can you help me figure out Jessalyn's password?
No.
Oh, you people are useless. Leave it up to me, the stranger, to figure out your loved one's phone password.
Actually,
Okay.
wait.
Oh!
Hang on. The tombstone portion of our scavenger hunt? There was something strange about it.
Can you think of a reason she would hide her password there?
Just in case something happened to her.
Okay, maybe you aren't completely useless, Addison. I take that back. After examining the scavenger hunt list and locating the gravestone epitaph hunt list, I found myself back at the graveyard and yet again glaring up at Wade in his perfect manicure. And astoundingly, within the few minutes I was gone, Wade must have cooled off because he actually started talking. What made him start talking was I asked him about the 54 Souls gravestone I had found earlier in the graveyard, but didn't know anything about. He filled me in on the history of the Thornton family and their mistreatment of their quote-unquote workers back in the day.
Never built a place for the workers to stay. They'd bed down right on the processing floor. Nothing for heat in the winters, so the workers built fires inside. One winter, there was a wicked cold snap. They built a couple of extra big fires, and in the night the fumes built up. None of them ever woke up again.
This story leads him into telling me why he got arrested.
I heard through a friend of the guy down the way. You know how it goes. I heard that our processing plant in town was up to its old tricks, hiring people who couldn't afford to quit and treating them beyond bad, locking them in to meet quotas and such. I asked Clara. She denied, naturally, but it made her so mad I asked.
Ooh.
I had to go check it out myself. I went in the middle of the night, and right away I saw it was true. The exit was padlocked, right in plain view of the world, and no one cared.
Ooh.
I broke in, that's true. I was furious. I broke one of the big machines, that's true too. So there it is. I stood up, and boy, did I get knocked down.
Well, I was not expecting that story, and it almost made me forgive him for yelling at me and pointing his finger in my face, but I was still doubting him. Can you blame me though? It's not like Wade has been the nicest to me so far. So I decided to ask Clara for her side of the story.
He said you were the one who pressed charges.
Well, isn't he the chatterbox when it suits him?
Is that true?
Yeah, it is. What he doesn't get, what no one gets, is that I meant well. No matter how he explained it to you, he broke the law. He broke into the factory, he damaged thousands of dollars of equipment, and scared the workers half to death. I didn't think he'd go to jail, though, and he knows that.
What did you think would happen?
I thought community service. I planned on dropping the charges, but once the ball got rolling, I lost control of it. Wade ended up sitting across from a judge who wanted to make an example.
And again, I'm left with more questions than answers. Like in any mystery novel, you don't want to put all of your eggs in one basket because what if you're wrong? Like, what if Wade is lying? What if Clara's lying? And I have no way to check. It was quite the conundrum. I figured the only way to find the truth was to keep going in my investigation. And shortly after my conversation with Clara, I remembered the EMF reader that Savannah had sent me was sitting in Nancy's bottomless pockets. I went around the estate trying to find the point the EMF reader was highest because if you remember the horrifying note I had gotten earlier said to do that to meet Charlotte. Because everyone was being so shifty with me, I had decided that it was finally time to try my luck with Charlotte, even if it risks what little was left of my sanity. Oh, okay. It's getting pretty high. What about
It's
here?
almost off the charts. This must be the place.
Where the dreadful meter is at its peak. Make yourself blind. So just close your eyes, Nancy. It's gonna be fine. Oh, if only it were that simple. Live. How about...
That didn't sound good.
I'm about to die. I'm about to die! Okay! Tee, just girly thing. And here we have our first death of the game. The manner in which Nancy dies in these games will never cease to amaze me. Getting sliced by a scythe falling from the ceiling, it's brutal. Thankfully, with a click of a button, I reappeared back at the door like nothing ever happened. But I had a major problem. Even though I had found the place the letter wanted me to go, I didn't understand how I could make Nancy blind. It obviously wasn't going to be as simple as closing her eyes, and there were no sleepy masks lying around, so I got a little desperate and tried something weird. Is there anything like hidden on this table? Because I know we got the napkin. Could I just put some napkins on my eyes? Could I just take this? Could I just wear this over my eyes? I'm getting desperate. I'm gonna cry if it's the napkin. Oh my God, it was the napkin? Are you for real? Unfortunately for me, yes, that is for real. With a napkin draped over my head, I began to recite the rhyme to summon Charlotte. This better not get me killed.
What's going on? Where are you taking me?
Who's taking me?
Tell me, who are you?
Oh, that's not a ghost.
I'm here to help.
Yeah, let's be a little antagonistic.
You can't scare me.
Yeah.
Help me find Jessalyn or get out of the way.
Yeah.
Very good.
Oh, okay, she liked that.
Remove the blindfold.
When the blindfold is taken off, it is revealed that Harper, Charlotte's sister, is the one who has taken me on this little adventure. She asked me if she can trust me, and I don't know, girl, I just met you and you drugged me into a really weird, creepy basement. I think I should be the one asking that question. Speaking of the basement, she suddenly asked if I want to know why she has been hiding underneath the house. And there are no words that I could string together that would possibly do justice to what comes out of her mouth next.
A moment, hon. Ahem. It's because I'm a grandly unbalanced sociopath with delusions of grandeur and a history of erratic behavior and violent tendencies. My family resents me. They have publicly said that I'm a freak.
Sometimes it's
People
gonna
in
be
the
a freak.
town point and stare. The neighborhood children used to call me Witch Lady until my dedication to the ironic led me to bake cookies for the sweet darlings. But it was my love of the dramatic reversal that won out in the end, and I threw the little runts down a well.
What?
You what?
Oh, I'd never do such a thing. But it would be funny. Not funny, haha, but funny. Ah! Help, I'm in a well! So that's me. Tell me about you. I bet you're fascinating.
She tells me that if I tell anyone that she's here, she'll do something rotten. To which I thought, like, throw me down a well? And before I can even process her threat, she throws down a piece of paper. I pick it up, and then she tells me to leave and makes me wear the blindfold and walks me out. Talk about whiplash. What the heck was that? Bye, girl! Okay, so portrait
I
letters.
should look for those portraits.
To find me again, look to the portraits. Girl, I don't know if I even want to find you again. You kidnapped me, yelled at me about throwing people down a well, then said you were kidding, and then threatened me if I told anyone about this. Why on earth would I get help from you? But then again, she is Charlotte's sister, and if I can get her to talk, then maybe she'll have some answers for me. So that is how I found myself searching the portraits of the house for any clue as to what Harper wanted me to do. So there's something with the portraits that's wanting me to do, because there's like that gear icon with the hand. I just wonder what it is. I found a few portraits where I could interact with them, but didn't know what it wanted me to do. And I sat there for a good while scratching my head, but in hindsight, what I had to do was obvious. I'm clicking on it, but she's just going, So does that mean, like, could I put, no. Could I do this?
The letters must be what that note is referring to. All right, now to find all the others.
Okay. Maybe this is the artist in me, but I was like, cleaner soaked napkin. Why would I do that on someone's painting? I don't Someone destroy the paintings while I'm here! The artist in me was crying as I wiped away the paint on each of the paintings to uncover the letters needed to solve the word scramble puzzle. While in the middle of doing so, I was made aware of a rare jump scare I could trigger in the front room. And because I'm very dumb, I ran right to it. Basically, I had to turn Nancy around so many times I couldn't see straight, but I would say it was worth it. How many times do I gotta do this? I wanna start counting. Maybe there's something special I gotta do. Oh, I got it! Obviously, I was thrilled to finally get it. I think I had to turn Nancy around over 30 times in order to get it to trigger. Anyways, after that brief distraction, I went to solve the word scramble puzzle. Gin, cotton, right? Get, seeds, Beckelin. Word mush, I don't get it. Salad, balance, scales. Thank you, Harper, for your super clear message. Thankfully, I remembered from exploring the serial killer room that conveniently there was a cotton gin sitting there waiting to get used. Well, scratch that because I found out it was broken. Is this it?
It's working again.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so we need to get this working.
Put the combs on first.
Of course, there's a puzzle I need to solve. I would be a fool if I thought the game would make this easy for me. This was just the beginning of a very long game with very difficult puzzles. In this puzzle, I would have to find the right combination of circles to stack together on the lines. Should be easy, right? So this one perfectly fits. We need one that has a hole here, which this one does, but I don't think, yeah, because it's blocking. This one's, oh, no, this one's good. Okay. So now we need, is this, I can't tell. I think that might be one. So we need one that's like up here, but we also need one here, and I'm just trying them all. I don't know why this isn't going on. Maybe this was the wrong one to put on. Maybe it was this one.
Fixed.
Perfect. Okay, could we use this here then? There we go.
Done. That's all of the seeds.
We did it!
Need a way to balance these scales.
Balance the scale. And I had to do another puzzle. From this point onwards, the game will have me by my throat with the sheer amount of puzzles I had to do. Just you wait. Thankfully, balancing the scales was pretty simple, and once I finished, a secret passageway opened up. Let me just do a little testing. Oh! The dark, creepy tunnel that I had to venture into could only be described as a claustrophobic's worst nightmare. Thankfully, the tunnel wasn't very long, and I discovered a backpack sitting at the end of it. So, you know what I had to do. Rip that sucker open and find all the secrets hiding inside. Why is the music so intense right now? I love how I'm just rifling through her stuff like a little rat. Ooh, a key! Cocoa Kringle. Okay. Oh, did I eat that? I might be a thief and a chocoholic, but at least that chocolate bar will help sustain me to continue searching for Jessalyn, seeing as I have yet to run into a kitchen and I don't know where my next meal is coming from. The next important thing I pulled from the backpack was a loose piece of paper with the entire Thornton family tree drawn on it. I took a picture of it because for some reason Nancy didn't want to steal it. This is where you draw the line? Anyways, I also found a letter that we can infer from the writing that this is Jessalyn writing to Colton about the wedding. Apparently, Clara has taken the wedding preparations into her own hands, and she is a stage 6 control freak from the sounds of it. A dress code for the groomsmen that include no beards or piercings or tattoos. Oh sure, would you also like them to throw their entire personality out the window while they're at it? Neither Jessalyn nor Colton seemed thrilled about the entire thing. So this was also the point where I realized that I had missed getting an achievement and had to roll back my save file in order to get it. In order to get this achievement, I had to crank the lever on the cotton gin 11 times. 11. I'm a gin genie now! Woo! We did it! And I finally got my first achievement of the game. Only took me this long, and I still had 11 more to collect. Hopefully, now that we've gotten the ball rolling, collecting them will go a lot quicker. Now that I've gotten that out of the way, we could finally talk to Harper and get some answers. Oh, you're getting cozy by the fire? That's really nice. Yeah, put those hands out. Perfect. It's like a nice souvenir. You know, you're gonna remember your trip forever. Or I could get distracted and take pictures instead. You never know. I might need to prove that she's here, so why not?
What do you know about Clara?
She's cold. She's a cold person, nothing like Jessalyn. Ask her about Jessalyn. See how she reacts. Not like the caring mom she's pretending to be. Not if you really look.
Okay, now we're getting somewhere. Also, I got Harper to tell me while she and Clara grew up together, Harper actually despises her. Apparently, Clara wasn't there for her when she needed her the most. Harper also says that she is here to find Jessalyn too, but she won't help me unless I don't tell the other people she's here. That was already accomplished, so why couldn't she just trust me already? Something told me that Harper doesn't run on the ordinary rules of logic.
This house is pretty run down. Are you sure it's safe to use that furnace?
She just lights a fire.
Maybe you should not use it? You could be filling the house with fumes.
Sounds like upstairs people problems to me. I'm downstairs
Oh
people.
my gosh, we're breathing in all of the fumes and all of us are hallucinating and we're all hallucinating the ghost. I solved the mystery, you guys. Now, I do want to say the only reason why I said this was because I read in a ghost hunter book that this happened to a family. The reason why I note this is because this will come up again later, and if you know, you know. Because Harper was in such a talkative mood, I decided I should push my luck.
You're dressing up as Charlotte or doing something to fake these hauntings, aren't you?
The hits keep coming. You're a doll, a real peach. Ew! Oh, you're not kidding, are you? Am I dressing up as my dead sister for kicks? Is that what you're asking?
Yes, that's the question. The implication was more or less added by you.
No, I am not, so shut it.
Yeah, I kinda deserve that one. Accusing someone of dressing up as their dead sister might be a little too insensitive, Nancy. I took a lap around the room as I waited for Harper to cool off and found another creepy tunnel leading to a locked metal door with what looked like a keypad with a missing number. This house has no shortage of creepy tunnels, huh? This would end up being extremely important later on, but for now I couldn't do anything. I then went back to Harper thinking that enough time had passed, and honestly, I wanted to see if she knew anything about the locked metal door.
When Shaw died, that was the end of my family. I was left completely alone. All I have to call home are those memories. If I share them, they won't be mine anymore.
I want to be respectful, but also I'm like super nosy. Let's be super nosy.
That's not true at all.
Says the girl who's never seen a drop of rain fall on her perfect life.
Oh!
I lost my mom when I was a girl.
Oh, then you must be an expert on everything.
But sharing my memories of her always made her seem closer, not further away.
You've seen her? What they've made her into? You think I want her closer? And people think I'm crazy. You're crazy.
Oh, that's what I get for being nosy. Speaking of being nosy, I decided to take a closer look around the room and picked up some colored tiles that gave me PTSD flashbacks of a certain character in the last Nancy game I played. These tiles would end up being part of a bigger puzzle later on, but for now I stashed them in Nancy's bottomless pockets. I then went upstairs to talk to the upstairs people, aka Clara, and well, let's just say I didn't make a good choice.
There's a strange woman in the basement.
What? That can't be right.
I swear, Harper was there.
Oh, what's Wade doing
Nancy,
here?
I've got enough to deal with. Stop
Bad
playing
end!
games, or I'm gonna have to ask you to leave. What do you want from me?
Nothing. I just want to find Jessalyn, like you.
Then no more games now, okay?
Oh, I really made her mad.
Leave me be.
Yeah, this would end up biting me in the butt later on. I also don't understand why can't I just show them a picture of Harper on my phone? Surely that would clear things up, but the game makes it impossible, so I guess I just have to live with the consequences of my actions. Set as wallpaper. Go to the menu. Oh, her face is being blocked. It's okay. Trolling the Nancy Drew characters is what I live for. In all honesty, I was trying my best to get kicked out. I wanted to see if there was a possible bad ending, since that is a thing across the Nancy games, but it seemed like there was none here. Personally, I'd like to think Clara was seething after I made her my screensaver. Another achievement, make at least 7 cups of tea. Oh, I can do that now? I was made aware that I could get another achievement by drowning Nancy in tea, so I did just that. 5. There we go! We got the brewmaster. Now that I had gotten my second achievement, it was time to get down to business and actually try solving some puzzles. I went upstairs to try the key I had gotten on Charlotte's door, but then this happened. I think there is a keyhole for this door, but let me just... I know I did not leave that door open. Ah! This game's gonna kill me, isn't it? Harper, if that was you, it's not funny anymore. Even though I was terrified, I went up to the door to try the key, only to discover that what I thought was a key was only half a one. I turned back around to leave to discover something else was waiting for me. Nancy, there's another one! I completely skipped over the creepy poem at the top. Sorry, Harper, maybe you should spend your apparent enormous well of creative energy writing a book instead of trying to scare me. The actual instructions could be found at the bottom of the page. They included a graph with circled letters, and next to the graph was directions in what order to push the glass vessels. What those glass vessels were, I wasn't sure. So I put the paper into my inventory and decided that it was finally time to focus on solving Jessalyn's phone password. You know, the most important thing on my priority list that I've been avoiding. When I got back to the graveyard, Wade, surprise, surprise, was still there and feeling pretty chatty. So chatty that he actually gave me some really important information.
Do you think that what happened to Charlotte was an accident?
Dunno. The night before, I saw her take off into the night holding this little package like it was precious to her. The look on her face. Here, take this.
Is this Charlotte's?
Yes.
What Wade gave me was a letter that Charlotte wrote that begs the reader not to let this note fall into the wrong hands. It goes on to say that if you are someone who knows her, use this note to help understand what she did. Now, this is getting interesting. What on earth could make Charlotte do this? Did she know she was going to die? And more mysteriously, at the bottom of the page, there were two squares, red and blue, on top of each other with a plus and negative sign. Then Charlotte signs it off saying, "This will lead you to what I've hidden." There is a set of instructions written in the middle that I will hold off reading for now, as this puzzle is further into the game and it will take a while to explain. So I thought it would be best to save it until then.
Clara told me that she never intended for you to go to jail.
Don't believe that. Because it ain't true. She used to come visit just to laugh at me through the glass.
Oh, that's psychotic.
Get on out of here now.
Why are you always yelling at me? I'm just asking you questions. I'm trying to find out what happened to Jessalyn. And you would think you would appreciate me a little more for doing that. But no, you're always screaming at me, Wade. That makes me think you're suspicious. Are you hiding something? Are you trying to intimidate me? All very good points. Wade could very well be lying to me, and for all I know, he was the one who wrote the letter he gave me. But I couldn't prove this theory, so I went to look around the graveyard for some clues on how to solve the epitaph puzzle to unlock Jessalyn's phone. Nana 81. So this is probably in the perspective of Jessalyn. So when she says Nana, or maybe she means like great grandma. The big problem I ran into was even though there was a list of people to look for in the graveyard, some of the names weren't specific, like Nana. Some people call their great grandma Nana, and some others use it for grandma. The other problem was I couldn't for the life of me figure out what the numbers next to the names were supposed to mean. And I'm wondering, what does the WL mean? LA54, factory accident victims 1-4. Oh, wait a minute, like 8th word, first letter. In hindsight, that should have been obvious, but in my defense, I had been streaming for a few hours at that point and my brain was melting. But my little bird brain managed to puzzle it out, which left me one more thing to figure out: the names on the gravestones. I just didn't have enough information to figure out who was who, which was ironic because it felt like up until this point, I was only getting information because I was talking to so many people. So I hit the books, literally. I had to read a bunch of books to figure out who had which nickname. But while investigating, I did talk to Clara again and got told a horrifying story about Harper.
She blamed me for what happened to Charlotte. She was obsessed with the idea that I had stolen part of Charlotte's locket.
What kind of locket?
I never figured out what she was talking about. One night, she followed me out onto the widow's walk. When I got near the railing, she pushed, and I fell. By the time I got out of the hospital, she was gone. I can't say I wasn't relieved.
And again, I was questioning everything. I couldn't tell who was lying and who was not, and it was driving me insane. Would Harper actually do that? Well, it seems so, but I know now not to make assumptions. So I decided just not to believe anyone. After that conversation, I went back to reading and finally found the crucial information I needed to decipher the phone password. By all accounts, Mariana was taken with Dodge immediately. On the spot, she declared that he was henceforth to call her we got her. We got the Karen! So it's 7th word, 1, 2, and then 2. 1, 2, so that's an I. With that figured out, I was then able to put the hopefully right password into the phone. S. Oh! Woo! Finally, after an hour. It truly took me so long to finally solve that puzzle, and that wasn't even the hardest one. Poor sweet little me had no idea what was coming for her, nor what was in the phone. So let's get snooping. Oh, okay, wait. No, I want to look at the messages first. We're getting some tea. I did, in fact, get some tea. In Jessalyn's text logs, we can see her conversations with Addison, Clara, and Colton. Her texts are mainly about the wedding, and Clara, like a typical boomer, can't seem to figure out how to use her phone. Why? Oh, what the? Is she having a stroke? What is going on? Jessalyn's conversation with Colton is just complaining about the wedding and Clara being a control freak, which is nothing we didn't know already. I then started to listen to the voice logs Addison and Jessalyn were recording of their scavenger hunt. Okay, OG paranormal vloggers.
With this ring, the dead. No, that's weird and you're weird for saying it. We're using mine. I'm Jessalyn Tara Thornton. And I'm Addison Abomination Hammond. And this is Ghost Talker Tours. This week we're creeping into Thornton Hall.
But things took a dark turn.
Jessalyn, this isn't funny. Where are you? I don't want to be alone. Please stop, please. Please come back. This isn't funny. Jess, if this is a prank, it's not funny. Not funny. Jess, you're really scaring me. Say something. I said leave me alone.
Huh?
Now!
What in the Blair Witch Project was that? All I can say was poor Addison. That sounded like a complete emotional roller coaster. Girl, after this investigation is over, I've got a great therapist on speed dial. You're gonna need it. While processing what on earth went on those voice logs, I went to the basement. Thankfully, Harper wasn't there. That would have been awkward. But I wondered, where did she run off to? It wouldn't have surprised me if she was in the walls. I'd be more surprised if she wasn't. I found the wine rack in the basement and realized they looked really similar to the graph that Harper left for me, and proceeded to try to press the bottles in the order the note tells me to. And then O is down here. Yes! I did it. Once I pressed the last bottle, a secret passageway opened up right next to me, so you know I had to go into it. I don't like this. I don't like this. Is that the fireplace?
What was I supposed to think? One day you were just gone.
It's Colt. I'd better listen.
Lexi. And I hope you understand how much that makes me hate you right now.
Who is Lexi?
Are you cheating? It just got worse. Maybe not for me though. What did I say in the beginning? It's always the fiance. And look who now has a motive in getting rid of Jessalyn. Colton, you better watch your back. I don't play about cheaters. As I turned around to leave, something caught my attention. Oh, here's a camera. I like the pink. This is cute. It becomes apparent that this camera either belonged to Jessalyn or Addison, as all the pictures were taken of the estate, and had a coffin in it like how they talked about in the audio logs. But who cares about that? It's time for some drama. Let's go confront Colton and...
What's happening? I better get some rest.
No offense, but you sound really tired.
Been burning the
Oh, I thought I was about to
midnight
get
oil at both
kidnapped.
ends?
Feels like it. I must have slept through the day. But I still feel exhausted.
Yeah, I wouldn't have gotten the best night's sleep in that sleeping bag. It looks like it's growing black mold. Anyways, I grabbed the next note Harper left me with yet another cryptic poem and diagram that I had no idea what to do with. Harper, we need to stop with the creepy poems. Let's get another hobby. Instead of going to Colton like I was going to do before I passed out, I went to the basement because I recognized one of the photos on the camera. I also have the attention span of a chipmunk. Where do you think she went? I'm scared. Oh! Hello? Not the creepy stairs. Anything but the creepy stairs. Oh no. Please. Oh, what is, okay, no. I don't like that very much. Oh, what is it? Okay, shortcut. So this was how Harper was getting around the house and leaving those notes for me. She really was in the walls. With yet another thing checked off my extremely long to-do list, it was time to check something else off. Confronting Colton.
Lexi, I know you still care about me.
Boo!
I'll see you when this is all over.
Boo!
I know.
I love how I'm loudly booing as if Colton isn't 2 feet away from me. And because he isn't completely deaf, I was caught.
Did you listen in on my call?
Yeah, I did. I'm gonna
Who
arrest
is
you.
Lexi.
What are you talking about?
The girl you were on the phone with?
You don't know what you heard. You understand me?
And you get your
I
finger
think
out of my
she is
face.
Someone important to you.
I don't want to talk about it.
Your fiance is missing, and the way you're talking to this Lexi...
You want a conversation? Fine. I love Lexi. I want to spend my life with her.
You're engaged.
That was based on a lie.
Straight to jail.
Clara, my parents, even Jessalyn, they were all in on it.
Jessalyn? Are you sure?
What?
She'd have to be. I mean, I haven't considered that she
Oh
might
my
not
God,
be
you're so
before Jess
dumb.
and I got together.
What do you mean you're pretty sure? Do you have a rock for a brain? Oh yeah, it's okay I'm cheating because Jessalyn knows about it, but I don't know what she knows. I hope you're enjoying the view out here because pretty soon you'll be in a jail cell or in a grave, depending on how the rest of the night goes. You never know where Harper is lurking. Watch out around the wells. All jokes aside, Colton explains to us that before Jessalyn, he was in love with Lexi, who one day randomly stopped talking to him. Turns out his parents pushed her away in order to get him to marry Jessalyn. Clara and his parents would both benefit from the marriage. His parents would get money while Clara would get connections and influence from Colton's family.
So, things would really work out for you if Jessalyn just
Yeah, how convenient.
disappeared.
Yeah.
Do you really want to ask me that?
Actually, I do.
Yes, I do.
Go away, now!
Oh yeah, he's definitely going into the well. Let me just find Harper. Right now, Colton is the one with the motive to get rid of Jessalyn, and like I said before, according to all the true crime documentaries I've watched, it's always the fiance. After that enlightening conversation, I decided to check out another photo location and made a huge discovery. Is there something? Yes! Okay. Okay, this is very scary. Actually, I'm scared. Oh. Okay. Of course, there's another creepy haunted house. What else did I expect? What is this?
The
Wow.
numbers along the edges should help me arrange the tiles correctly.
Watch, I just brute force it. Brute forcing would not be an option here. Remember the note that Wade gave us from Charlotte earlier with the blue and red boxes? Yeah, this is the puzzle I was talking about. At the time, I didn't realize this, but this puzzle was about to make me rethink my entire life. I didn't think I could solve this puzzle, so I moved on to exploring the old house, and speaking of rethinking my entire life. Hello? Anyone home? No. You better stay in there, Miss Girl in the...
Wasn't just my imagination.
I seriously didn't know how much more of this my heart could take. Anyways, now that Charlotte was done strutting down the stairs, I was free to explore the room. I found an old film reel that I could definitely put in the film projector I saw in the serial killer room. And when I looked down the stairs Charlotte went down, I saw something interesting. The key. Yeah, the stairs are broken. That's very inconvenient. Could I use this?
Got it.
Perfect. Now the crypt key? Yes, that is indeed the crypt key, and little did I know what emotional trauma I was going to have to endure when I used it. Let's see what's gonna happen. Am I gonna regret this? Hi. Ah! No, get back in there.
I had to come out here because of you.
I still don't understand why you're hiding.
You don't know who these people are. You think you know who to trust, but you don't.
Well, this is awkward. Listen, Harper, it wasn't personal. I was just clicking all the dialogue options. You can't blame me for that, right? I don't know, she seems pretty mad at me. So mad that she won't let me look at anything. Okay.
Can't do that right now.
Can't do that right now. Could I?
Do that right now.
Oh, am I not allowed to look at things?
What are you doing?
I don't know, I'm just looking at things. Why are you judging me?
What are you doing?
I'm looking!
Get out of there!
I'm looking at things. Do you want me to investigate or not?
Leave that alone!
Oh my God, Harper! Can I not look at things?
What are you doing?
To be fair to Harper, I too would yell at someone if they were trying to pull out my family members' coffins. Since I couldn't do anything under Harper's wrathful gaze, I decided to focus on finding the locations that were depicted in the photos on the camera I found earlier, which led me to finding... Could I, oh, there it is!
I better copy this design.
Just like the column in the photo, only this time I can see the message which says, first of its kind across the bottom. And at the top, there's a weird shape. At the time, I had no idea what this could possibly mean, so I made a note of it and then moved on. In the meantime, I was alerted that I could get another achievement, but ran into some trouble on the way there. What in the world was that? I could feel the image of that little freak creature slinking across the floor burn into my retinas. That will haunt me for all of eternity. Trying to forget I ever saw that, I went back to trying to earn an achievement by finding the perfect spot to use my EMF reader. Like this? Is there anything I can click on? No, I don't want to progress. Oh! Whoa! Another achievement down. This Easter egg also ties into another achievement that I need to get later in the game. After my success, I realized what better way to celebrate than to watch a little movie, and went to find the film projector. Maybe it'll tell me where Jessalyn is, and then I could get the heck out of here. Get chicken there, didn't I? That's fine. Oh, what was that? Oh, this is a horror film!
Why would you play that? Turn it off, now!
I didn't mean to upset you with the movie.
I know, but just give me a minute. Seeing that just, well, it made my head hurt worse. I keep seeing it when I close my eyes.
What? I love how bewildered I sounded here. That goes to show how confusing everyone was. Also, where did Clara go? Did she blink into another dimension? Or maybe she was the ghost all along. At this point, nothing could surprise me. Yeah, it happened so fast. Oh, look! Ah! Well, except maybe that. After I swatted that Black Widow out of my face, I found a piece of paper buried underneath the floorboard. What? Draw a path to spell the name of one of the 4 colors seen behind the letters without drawing over the same path twice. Oh. It seemed pretty simple at first, especially since I was able to see that I was supposed to spell out the word yellow, but this game loves to torture me. Oh, I can't go back. Oh. Uh-oh. I did an oopsie. Yellow! Ooh, okay. Eventually, I found the right path to spell yellow and was ready to complete this puzzle and find the secret. Yellow! Of course there's more! This game would never let me off easy. This time, I had to draw a path through all the yellow squares, and I don't think it would surprise anyone if I said I struggled. Sorry, I'm just kind of running through this. Okay, so I can't go, so I can't go through there. I'm gonna try through here again. No, I can't do that because the problem is I won't be able to go through here. The other issue is if I go this way, then I'm forced to go down through here and I have to circle back up through here and I won't be able to get back down. This is beginning to be painful. I'm just gonna spam things and hope that it works out. And the order matters? And I'm just gonna brute force it. That's what I'm gonna do. What I didn't realize was there was a very specific order that had to do with spelling a certain phrase. But I finally caught on. But no, what the heck did I just do? Did I just go back on it? I'm gonna be honest, I have no idea what the heck I just did.
Ethel's grave. It must be tied into that picture in the corner somehow.
It wouldn't be a Nancy game if you didn't accidentally brute force a puzzle. Now that the puzzle was done, I was left with the phrase Ethel's grave. I made a mental note to go check out her grave, but first I had something very important to do.
To be able to fix that.
No, what the heck was that? Oh my god, it's Mr. Skimbags! That turned out to be a blessing in disguise because instead of watching that creepy film, I ran straight into some drama.
If she's an adult, she's my daughter.
I should listen.
Uh-huh.
She's not a runaway. She'd never do that to us. No, no, no. It's not cold feet. It's not running away. Someone took her. She is in danger out there. Do something.
She sounds pretty upset.
I mean, yeah, I'd be upset too, to be honest. It seemed like Clara was growing restless, and honestly, I couldn't blame her for that. Her daughter was missing. If she wanted to go psycho crazy, I would support her. Anyways, I opened the door after her short argument, and then to stir the pot, I told her that Colton said that his marriage to Jessalyn would be a sham.
Colton thinks he was forced into the relationship with Jessalyn.
Forced? Please. Jessie's a gem. Any man be lucky to get the time of day from her. Don't tell a soul about this, but Colton, he's got problems.
Yeah, obviously. We're talking about Mr. Rock Thrower Cheater Extraordinaire. Of course he has problems. Honestly, he kind of seemed to fit perfectly for this family. Clara seemed to brush me aside after that, so I decided to check out the other creepy rundown house. Surely Charlotte had enough of scaring me, right? Oh, no. No. Take your runway walk somewhere else, please. Huh? Well, that was new. I really didn't know if I was hallucinating or really seeing a ghost. If it was the latter, I would have to deliver some bad news to Bess. Anyways, after adding that piece of trauma to my trauma vault, I noticed that I could click on the back wall where a red piece of fabric was sticking out.
If I can stack enough things together, maybe I could climb up to that wallpaper.
Nancy, did you hit your head on the way down? You want me to stack these objects, one of which is an entire triangle, so you can balance on it. If that were me, I would have immediately fallen on my face and knocked out a few teeth. But apparently, Nancy has good balance. After stacking the blocks together, which took longer than I cared to admit, I was able to see what that piece of wallpaper was. What if I did this? Hey!
This must be about that star sketch. I should copy the image down.
Oh no! I gotta go.
Whoa, that was close.
I think that was the first time I did not die in a quick time event in a Nancy game. I'm not gonna lie, I was pretty impressed with myself. Now that I had a sketch of what resembled a shuriken knife that I had no idea what to do with, I decided to go back to the cemetery and check to see if Harper was still skulking in the corner of the crypt. Oh, she's gone! Wait, why did that move? Besides whoever moved that coffin, I was alone in the crypt. It was time to snoop. For some reason, Nancy starts going crazy and literally starts pulling out various family members' coffins. Listen, I'm all about solving a mystery, but don't you think this might be a little too far, Nancy? Did I just snatch something off of someone's coffin? Okay, maybe Harper was right to keep an eye on Nancy. She does not know how to behave herself. In the meantime, I took a break pulling out everyone's coffin like a maniac and turned my attention to everything else in the crypt and stumbled across an old newspaper. As I read it, I discovered that Harper, during her sister's funeral, grew extremely agitated, causing a few $1,000s in destruction and some minor injuries, all because she didn't think that justice was served in the case of her sister's death. Interesting. Maybe Charlotte was murdered by someone. I would have to ask Harper about that later. That's crazy.
That looks important.
Okay, I guess I'm gonna be really creepy and look at everyone's coffins. Oh, what's this? Oh wait, this is kind of part of the puzzle. I soon realized that I could fit the geometric shapes into the pattern on the side, and honestly, I wasn't too bad at this. Like this needs to be like this, and then that needs to be like this. There. Ew, there's a dead man looking at me! Oh, I'm about to rob his grave. This is crazy. And now Nancy is officially a grave robber. Girl, I think you might have a klepto problem. This is worrisome. You can't just take things out of people's coffins, even if you think it might solve a puzzle. Ew, just ew. The skeleton's eye socket stared deep into my soul as I shut the coffin in shame. I will never live that one down. With my new piece of paper with numbers in hand, I left the crypt and put a flower on the statue out front, like Harper's letter to us from before had requested. Man, I can't keep all of Harper's letters straight. Just know that she requested it. Speaking of Harper, I called Bess and of course Ned answered the phone for her, side-eye, and I proceeded to tell them about Harper and they had a pretty funny response that brought my mood up.
You met a weirdo who has an obvious affinity for ghost kidnappings during the course of your investigation of a ghost kidnapping? And you didn't tell anyone? Ned, say something to uncrazy your girlfriend.
Don't be that way.
Don't be that way?
Not compelling, Ned.
After being rejuvenated by that conversation, I went back into the crypt to stumble upon another puzzle. What? Figure out what's hiding in the stained glass window. I'm gonna be honest, I saw this puzzle and my mind went blank because what does it mean? I'm sorry, I can't, what did Nancy say with trying to solve the puzzle? I got distracted. She said to match the colors? My mod Liv, our resident Nancy expert and my human cheat sheet, explained to me that I needed to match the colors together to the glass pieces that can't be moved. And if I get the correct combination, it will spell out a word. This game seems to love puzzles that spell out more vague words that connect to other puzzles meant to drive me insane. Okay, so that's red. We do need like a red here. Can this go up here? Oh, that one. Oh, some of them are locked in. This one's correct.
Beauregard.
Oh, that was a fun puzzle. At least this puzzle was fun. Unfortunately, I couldn't say the same of the other puzzles in this game. Solving those felt like repeatedly getting punched in the head. You'll see really soon. This game saved the hardest puzzles for last. So, the stained glass window spelled out Beauregard. And not surprisingly, I didn't know what to do with this information. I figured that I should first find out why this Beauregard was so important, so I made my way back to the house to maybe find out. Who's singing in here? Hello? There's another note! Once again, Harper has left me another note and more trauma. This time, the note tells me I must find a secret passageway and enter it. But you know, in the usual creepy way. Something, 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 or he'll get away. Harper, you truly have a way with words. In an act of defiance, I did not immediately do what Harper wrote, because I had no idea what secret passage she meant. So I worked on getting my next achievement. Can we put it in here?
The key fits, but I think it's broken.
Getting the achievement requires me putting the first half of the key into the lock of Charlotte's door and spinning it 5 times. 5? Hey, there we go. I could finally check off my 4th achievement off of the list. Only 8 more to go. It couldn't be that hard to get the rest, right? After almost completely wearing down the key from spinning it like it was in a pencil sharpener, I went downstairs and immediately regretted that decision. Oh my gosh, this is crazy.
Clara?
I saw Charlotte, and she looked mad.
Are you sure it was Charlotte and not someone dressed up like her?
She walked right through the wall, and she told me something only I could possibly know.
Oh, not to be rude, but you don't look so great right now.
Headache. I think it's the stress. Since I got here, I have been feeling really strange.
It's carbon dioxide poisoning. That had been my working theory throughout the game, but how did I see Charlotte at the other house? Maybe that house was also full of gas? I don't know how it works. I'm sure someone in the comments will know. It has to. I loved that. Thank you so much for leaving me that message. I gotta go. I was so scared, I booked it to the nearest safe space, the graveyard. I think the fumes and the lack of food finally got to my head because why would I go to a graveyard to get away from the scary stuff? Though it was a blessing in disguise because when I got there, there was a surprise waiting in the spot where I left the flower. Anything happened over here? Oh, yeah, she did leave me something. Now that I had another piece for the coffin puzzle, I had to figure out where to put it. So I went around the house trying to find out the importance of the name Beauregard in case that would help. But then I ran into a certain someone in the basement. Is Harper down? Oh, she's back. Hi.
Oh, look, it's little old you.
Hi.
Where's the cavalry?
Why are you still hiding? What's to stop me from telling everyone where you are?
Maybe I'm the only one who can help find Jessalyn. Did you ever think of that?
Ooh, yeah, looks like Harper is still mad about me ratting her out. Listen, I don't think you're doing yourself any favors here. On top of being generally a little unhinged, you've been leaving me cryptic, scary notes. If you were me, you'd probably do the same. To get away from Harper's eyes burning a hole into the back of my head, I attempted to try and go into the secret passageway I found a little while ago that led me to the 2nd floor. As I went up, I ran into someone I was least expecting to see.
Sounds like someone's out there. I should take a look.
Someone's out.
Charlotte, darling, you're gonna have to help me out here. What?
What's he up to?
Okay, first of all, what was Wade doing in here? And second of all, what on earth did he run from? And instead of taking the hint and running too, I stupidly went outside. Thankfully, no ghouls were waiting for me, but I did manage to pick up what Wade dropped. Hello? Oh, he dropped the key! Unfortunately, the key did not work on Charlotte's door, so I did the next best thing, confront Wade. But color me surprised, there was no dialogue option to ask him what he was doing up there, or what he saw. All I had was more questions and a mysterious key that I had no idea what to do with. Seeing as I had a bunch of items and information and had no idea what to do with any of it, I decided to check out the fountain puzzle with the red and blue boxes to see if I could solve that. Cue the emotional trauma. Arrange the color pairs, orange and blue numbers along the sides indicate how many of that color are in the corresponding row or column. This is important. 2 squares of the same color can't be directly next to each other. If you remember, the note Wade gave us was from Charlotte, presumably written the night she died. So I figured solving this puzzle was pretty important. But what did she know and why did she go to this great length to hide whatever she was hiding? Well, I would have to solve this puzzle to find out. Surely Charlotte would design something hard, but not impossible, right? Whoops. Did I do that right? I'm like, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Did I do that right? I feel like I have some wrong. I had followed the instructions of not having the blue and red colors right next to each other, but I was still missing something extremely important. So am I trying to get it so like every single one of these are just marked off? Am I just trying to get the same amount of number like is here? So like we want 0 red here. But that doesn't make sense because it can't be touching. What I was missing was, even though I had put the colors in the correct order, I did not have the correct number of each color that should be in each column and row. The numbers on the side signify how many need to be in the row, and looking at what I had, it was way off. This is where I realized this puzzle was way harder than I first realized and where my misery began. This is a very tedious puzzle. Okay. Like, this is just painful. Oh my god, this is painful. And soon the different blocks started swirling around my head like they were mocking me, and I couldn't tell left from right, up to down. It was awful. I was officially puzzled out and on the brink of insanity. So I did the unthinkable. I cheated. I googled the answer and copied the picture I saw like the little cretin I am. I'm sorry. This puzzle killed a part of my soul that I'll never get back. And what's worse, this isn't even the hardest puzzle in the game. They saved that one for last, just to ensure my suffering. Okay. Yay! I totally did that one on my own! What I pulled out from the hidden compartment was another piece for the coffin puzzle. This time, a snake piece. And then there was a piece of paper with a circle with different letters on it with the words Mom 1867 and Right written on the side. Great. More puzzles. Just what my melting brain needed. I stashed my new evidence into Nancy's overflowing pockets and checked my task list. I then decided that my next best course of action would be trying to figure out the coffin puzzle and how each piece fits, since I had gotten some new ones to try. More grave robbing. Yay. I'm just here, living my best life. I'm not touching anything. I'm not. After looking around and referencing the clues in the note, I realized I still didn't have the information I needed to know where to put the tiles. So I looked at Jessalyn's camera to see if I had missed anything. So I don't think I followed up on this one. I tried looking at his portrait, nothing was clicking. And I don't know where this one is. I'm just like, where am I supposed to look for that? Never looked for Ethel's grave. Yeah, so where's Ethel's grave? There were so many loose threads that I thought I was coming on with early onset dementia with how much I was forgetting. But while looking for Ethel's grave, I stumbled upon the answer as to why Beauregard's name was important. Ethel? Where would I find a grave? In the cemetery? Hello? It's one you've looked at before.
Those colors along the bottom must be why Beauregard's tombstone is important.
I'm so sorry, that jump scared me. Seeing as I couldn't interact with the grave, I decided to take a picture of the tiles on my phone and save it for later. I then continued my search for Ethel's grave. Ethel! So there's Beauregard. Sarah Emma. Is it the blank one?
This must be Ethel's grave.
What? I have looked at this grave 50,000 times, and she hasn't said a peep until now. I shouldn't have been surprised. I think it's a well-known fact by now that the Nancy games love to troll me. All that was left on Ethel's grave was a name and a date. I literally had no idea what to do with that information, so yet again, I took a picture of it, hoping that I would remember I at least had that information when I needed it. The only other thing I could think of checking out was the dirt floor picture in Jessalyn's camera. I thought that going to the basement would be a good place to look, seeing as I hadn't stumbled across it outside. Is there like a dirt... Hey girl, do you know where like a dirt floor is?
Hello.
Clara said you had a troubled childhood. Is that true?
Troubled? No, I was an angel. And I must have been quite the genius charmer, too, because one day they shipped me off, straight to the most elite private boarding school on the East Coast. At least that's what I believed was happening, until we were creeping up the long and whirly black driveway, and I caught my first glimpse of the bars on the windows. I became the first Thornton to be admitted to the Millicent P. Krauthammer Sanitarium for criminally insane girls and women of good social standing.
Thank goodness Harper was starting to warm up to me again. I didn't think I could take her glowering at me from the corner of the room much longer. Unfortunately, my conversation with Harper kind of distracted me and I went to leave the basement, but I had a stroke of luck. Ah, Mr. Skimbags, no! Oh, I got an achievement. Hey, I didn't have to try to get that achievement. I was thinking that this was a sign that the game was maybe going to be more merciful towards me from now on. Oh, how wrong I was. Anyways, once I realized I was going in the wrong direction, I turned back around and descended back into the basement in search of that elusive dirt floor.
This looks like one of the pictures from Jessalyn's camera. There must be something hidden here.
Ah, okay, thank you. There we go, perfect. Okay, well, can I look at it? After all of that hard work, all I had to do was open the box and all of its secrets would be mine. I want to open the box! Why does it troll me like this? Can I just hit it with the spade? Open up. What's in the box? Oh, come on. Why can't a box just be a box and open? Why do I have to jump through a million hoops like a circus animal? Yet another dead end. I was starting to get at the end of my rope. I had gone down every road I could think of, and yet all of them led to nothing or more roadblocks. I was obviously missing something pretty crucial. I then had a realization. 2 handles pull out the box to which the star belongs. From the middle it shines. Oh, so it's telling me where, like, which coffin it is. Oh, hey, love the photo. Okay, let me go check really fast. Yeah, I had completely forgotten that I had taken pictures of the instructions for both the snake plate and the star plate. In my defense, it had been multiple days since I streamed the part where I found those instructions, so I'll give myself a pass there. Absolutely ecstatic that I finally had another lead, I ran like a torpedo to the crypt and began the process of finding out which coffin the plates belong to. So first of its kind across the bottom. So if I had to guess, it would be this one, because it would be first on the bottom. At the time, it seemed like a good train of thought, but after I fit all the shapes into the image, nothing happened. Okay, that was wrong. Okay, back to the drawing board. I reread the instructions and looked to the bottom row again, wondering which coffin would be the first of its kind. Maybe it meant something with the design of the coffin? Yeah, like I noticed like all of these have 2 handles on it. Or maybe it's talking about, because like, are these handles? Or maybe, oh wait, is it this one because the handles are higher? No, oh, it was this one then. Oh, because it's a freaking different shape. Oh, I need to pull them out. Rookie mistake, but at least I eventually figured it out. This time, I once again put the piece into the right place and it worked. On the bright side, I do have, hey girl. I do have the solution. Oh,
The missing piece. Now this key should work.
What we all have been waiting for. I could finally access Charlotte's room. I didn't know whether to be completely terrified or excited. For all I knew, Charlotte herself was waiting to pounce on me in there, or maybe a secret serial killer was lurking in there waiting for someone to open the door. The thought terrified me so much that I put off going and I dedicated my time to solving the star coffin puzzle, which proved to be simpler than the snake one. Perfect!
A locket. I should hold on to this.
I'm just stealing things from people! Nancy will be lucky if she doesn't get arrested for grave robbing after this. This is getting to be too much, but hey, at least we have some dead person's locket. That's something, I guess. I pocketed the locket and came to terms with the fact that I no longer had an excuse to avoid Charlotte's room. So, you know what I had to do. I'm scared to turn around. Okay, nothing's happening. It's fine. Repaired key.
This looks like the one in the ruins. I bet the numbers from the coffin will work.
You've got to be kidding me. I did all of that work to get the key, and this is how I'm repaid? And what's worse is that this is the exact same kind of puzzle I had to cheat to solve earlier. It's official. This game hates me. Whatever Charlotte is hiding in here, it better be worth the trouble. No! Oh God, not this again. Oh my God, no, they're evil. They're actually evil. Just cheat. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna go cheat. Hey, Liv told me to cheat, so I was just doing what I was told. All jokes aside, I did look up the answer to this, seeing as I couldn't solve the other one. But I will say that this was the last puzzle I cheated on in this game. The other harder puzzles I did all on my own and suffered for it. After getting the answer and inputting it, I finally made it into Charlotte's room. Okay, thank you. I've seen this picture before. Was this lady in their Blackmore game? Like they used her portrait? Oh, I don't like that singing. Well, even though Charlotte wasn't here, she seemed dead set on putting on a show for me. Trying to ignore the eerie singing, I took a look around the room and accidentally clicked on a curious box on Charlotte's desk, leading me to my next puzzle. Oh!
I bet I can trace a path from the top left corner to the top right corner.
Remember the colors we found on Beauregard's grave earlier? This is where they're going to be extremely useful. But before I could solve the puzzle, I was alerted that I had to grab an Easter egg now or I would lose my opportunity to get it for the rest of the game. And I needed to get all the Easter eggs for an achievement. All I had to do was press in the squares on the sides and make a U shape. Sorry, I'm super locked in right now. Okay. Oh, there it is! Now that I had the egg, I was finally free to solve this puzzle and hopefully discover what this peculiar box was hiding. I'm wondering if we need to do a pattern of these colors, like purple, green, dark blue, light blue. There are teeny tiny arrows that tell you where the start and end is. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Oh! Oh my God, they're tiny. If you hadn't told me that, I don't think I've ever would have saw them. Okay, so this. The thing is, if I go down here, then this is like the only option because like we go purple, then the green. Oh, we could go back up. I think I backed myself into a corner here. My brain's melting. I just had a memory wipe. Okay, and we go up, purple, and then green. Okay, we did it. The note that comes out of the secret compartment says that the secret passageways are no longer safe, and that something must be hidden somewhere else. It also instructs me to unlock the clocks and strike 12 on all 5. Very conveniently, there happens to be a bunch of clocks in the fireplace behind me. But before I can check that out, I discover more papers on the desk. One of which seems to be very important, highlighting Charlotte's motivations in hiding these papers. We don't know why they're important, but in her note she mentions being paranoid of a person discovering them and being afraid of them slipping over the edge and doing something crazy. Who could she have been talking about? I had no clue. But something about her death wasn't sitting right with me. It was looking like there was a bigger mystery afoot here, and if someone killed Charlotte, maybe they were planning to do the same to Jess. I also took a picture of the diagram on the other page because for surprise, surprise, another puzzle. But that's for later. I have some clocks to worry about in the meantime. So it said to set them all to 12. Oh, is this one of those things where like if you move... Okay, that didn't move. Okay, cool. That didn't move. Eventually, I figured out the clocks needed a key to be unlocked, and thankfully I had it. After they were unlocked, I worked to set them all at 12 and let them run to see how off they were from each other. Okay, so they're all at midnight, so we're gonna see how far each of them move. Okay, I went ahead and made some notes on how much the clocks move from 12 and then set them to the correct time for all the clocks to strike 12 at once. Remember the premises of this puzzle because it will come up later in the most dire of circumstances. Go, go, go! Yes! And of course, another secret passageway opens because why not? I descended down the rickety stairs with no railings that I surely would have face planted off of in real life and then stumbled into a scandalous conversation. Not the people!
Well, then you didn't pay her enough. Don't make me the bad guy here. We agreed on this.
Huh?
You said she was no good for him. You said that, not me. Then take care of it. He's not my son yet. And if you don't take care of this, he never will be. And you know what that means.
First of all, I think I need to ask, is it just an old money family thing to have peepholes into rooms? I'm getting flashbacks to Linda's hairy arms from Blackmore Manor. Second of all, pay her! I was assuming Clara was talking to Colton's parents as she mentioned a son-in-law, and obviously that would be him in this context. But I still didn't know what girl they were talking about and the payment she received. I decided that I would confront Clara right after I finished exploring Charlotte's room. My task list still wasn't letting me check that off, so I knew I hadn't discovered everything yet. Is there anything I missed? Oh, maybe that's what it means when exploring, like I haven't like solved this yet. The eggies? Oh, we put the eggs in here? Yes, this is the place where I can store my little Easter eggs. And putting them all in this little case would earn me an achievement. But I was still missing one, so I couldn't complete it quite yet. Thinking that I had sufficiently explored the room, spoiler alert, I did not, I finally decided it was time to ask Clara what the heck the phone call was about.
I couldn't help but overhear what you were talking about.
Oh, you couldn't? I find eavesdropping to be rather rude. Forget what you heard and consider the subject closed.
Nah.
That was about Colton, right?
You don't have the context and aren't invited into this conversation.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's almost like you hired me to investigate, and that means snooping. You can't get mad at me for that. If you're having a private conversation, maybe be a little better at being discreet. The walls are basically non-existent here. Your voice carries. And of course, knowing me, I immediately went to tattle to Colton, who fills in some blanks. Like the girl who got paid was Lexi to, you know, stay away from Colton. But I guess you didn't stay away for long because look at where we're at now, Mr. Cheater. Seeing as Mr. Rockthrower was useless, I went back to Charlotte's room. Oh, okay, I could open up the top part. You are invited to a masquerade ball in celebration of the 21st birthday of Charlotte Thornton. After reading the birthday invite and salivating over the menu for dinner, I reached back into the box and pulled out a key. There, I knew that the key would most likely open the box I found in the dirt floor in the basement. This one? No, another puzzle.
I should arrange these to match the date from Ethel's tombstone.
Yeah, another puzzle. I thought I was gonna go insane, but thankfully I had enough foresight to take a picture of Ethel's grave so I wouldn't have to make the trek back to the graveyard. I realized that I would have to input the date on the gravestone, but that wasn't the problem. The problem was you can't just put the numbers in the order you want. You have to rotate the numbers and mix them until the correct order emerges. Okay, so let's put this back here. It's like slightly out of order too. I just need the 9 to be in front. Man, I just have one number off. Oh, that's pain. Oh, sure. Yeah, I'll take that. And that's the flower one. Ah, okay.
I better get some sleep.
Nailed it! And of course, Nancy passes out again. What is it about this spot that's making her pass out? Anyways, after Nancy's short nap in the dirt, we come to find out via her conversation with Bess and Ned that the search party is ready to give up looking for Jessalyn. Things were pretty dire. I needed to find Jessalyn soon, which is why, despite the dizziness from not eating since before I got here, I made my way to the crypt to see where I could put the flower plate I had gotten, but instead found something else. I'm guessing it's probably this one. Did we just steal someone's eyeball? Yeah, I think we just did. But I did get the last Easter egg I needed, so it was worth it, right? I'm going to go to prison, aren't I? Speaking of achievements and Easter eggs, I was told that I could get another achievement by talking to everyone. So I talked to every single person, including calling people up. I was super thorough. Despite my effort, the achievement never popped, so I went back to finally solve where to put the flower plate. So now I'm like, because it said to use it here, but there's already a thing, and it's just doing this. Unless it means like the opposite end. I'm just like, I don't understand what she's trying to depict with this. I'm like, could you have made like a more confusing diagram here? Because now I'm like, is it sticking out from the wall? Like second one on the right. Thankfully, the universe smiled upon me because I was right and finally solved the puzzle, allowing me to open the coffin and yet again use my newly found skills as a grave robber to nab myself a coin with a number on it. That coin would lead me to my most important discovery. I just didn't know it yet. Speaking of important discoveries, let's go over here and then these two.
That's your name, isn't it?
Yep, that would be me.
Well, you don't get less subtle than that now, do you?
Excuse me?
Nope. Who did this?
Let's hope it's one of the living.
Wait, if Wade could see the writing, that meant that this was not a hallucination. Which one of these psychopaths took the time to literally carve my name into the stone? My only solace in this was I got an achievement for witnessing that monstrosity. Does this count? Oh, it does count! Oh, scratch that. 2 achievements. Now we're talking. It won't completely erase my trauma, but we're getting there. I had a sneaking suspicion that only one person would be crazy enough to carve my name on a gravestone, so I went to potentially confront them, but...
Golden child, Charlotte. She was perfect in everyone's eyes, even mine. I wanted to be her when I grew up.
Oh! Getting 3 achievements in a row was enough to make me completely forget about that stupid grave. Who's afraid of some carved letters? Anyways, I remember there was a keypad next to a locked door at the end of one of the tunnels. And lo and behold, the button with 6 on it fit perfectly in it. But I was far from done. Even though all the numbers were in place, I didn't know what to do with them. I could move them around, but didn't know in what order. Then I remembered I took a picture of the journal page from Charlotte's room that looked suspiciously a lot like a keypad. Oh, I see this now. The letter said that each of the 4 corners are equal to the last numbers on the plaque. Right, but what plaque?
This must be the plaque Charlotte mentioned in her notes.
Oh yeah, I definitely knew that and didn't accidentally stumble across it, yeah. Each of the 4 edges are equal to the plaque's 1st and 7th numbers side by side. Oh my god, is this another math thing? If you know me at all, then you know that math is the bane of my existence. And this puzzle is just straight up math. At this point in the stream, my brain was already scrambled eggs and I was getting sick, which really didn't help my mood. So we need numbers equal to the sum. So like whatever numbers are in the corners need to add up to 9. So like it can't be 1 and 8 because then we need the other corners to be there. I want to fight whoever made these puzzles, because what? This is crazy. You expect children to be able to do this? Eventually, it felt like someone was repeatedly flushing my head down the toilet and I had to end the stream, which was kind of hilarious seeing as we were about to uncover something huge, life-changing, if you will. But it was a good thing because I came back the next time refreshed and ready to solve this heinous puzzle. What if we did, but that's going to be like an extra number. So what if we did this, right? 6 plus 4 plus 7 plus 1 would be 18. This side, though, isn't right, though. 6 plus 10 plus 3 would be 19. So 2 would have to be... Oh! Oh, I opened it! What do I think is behind it? Like, you guys have been hyping this up. So, like, what the heck is behind here? It better be, like, frickin' Jessalyn or something.
Jessalyn?
No! You're joking. Genuinely, I just said the most outlandish thing that came to mind, and it turns out I was right. We found Jessalyn. Well, Jessalyn very sternly tells me that I cannot tell anyone that I found her. And I was like, what the heck? I want to cash out my check and get the heck out of here. But I think it's obvious that that was the wrong answer.
Good for you, but I came down here not to be found.
This is the place you picked? You wanted to be down here?
Tell me what's happening or I'll tell everyone I've found you.
I'm not a bad person. I'm really not, you know? You could have helped. Fire's so red.
What are you doing?
This is your fault.
How is this
Not
my
so
fault?
quick. Dear sweet Charlotte, please come back.
Did she just get her ghost aunt to kill me? You know what, Jessalyn? I was being nice before, but you stink. Like, literally, how long were you camping out in that hole? I almost passed out from the smell when I opened the door. Seeing as I couldn't stand here and argue with her forever, I had the sense to click the other option to find out more information.
Let me help you.
Fine. You haven't left me much of a choice.
You haven't left me much of a choice.
You and Harper are working together? Why?
The night of the fire, Harper was there. My whole life, my mother's kept me away from Harper. Said it was for my own good. I came here looking for Charlotte's ghost, but instead Harper found me. She told me that my mother was responsible for Charlotte's death.
Well, that took a turn. And here I thought our mystery had ended. Jessalyn goes on to tell me that, unsurprisingly because of Clara's cold nature, she believed Harper when she told her the story. She then entrusted us with getting the necklace out of her mother's briefcase.
We've been doing this Harper's way, but we're running out of time. I need you to get the necklace from my mother's briefcase. I'll get Harper to distract her.
Why? What's so special about it?
Charlotte told Harper to open the locket if anything ever happened to her. But if we don't open it the right way, it'll destroy what's inside. Here, this will help you open the briefcase.
The piece of paper shows the lock with numbers and then gives me the instructions on how to open the lock based on trivia questions about the family. The problem was, I'm not very good at remembering facts, so I would have to study up before attempting to open the briefcase. Oh no, I could tell her? I could tell her that he's cheating on her? Let's do it.
Sorry to bring it up, but were you aware that Colton's seeing someone else?
I'm not all that surprised, to be perfectly honest.
You're not?
No. The whole thing was mainly my mother's idea.
Hey Jessalyn, at least you can now lose the dead weight, aka Mr. Rock Thrower. I love what an unbothered queen she is. Now that I was caught up on everything and my head stopped spinning, it was time to break into Clara's briefcase. The first step would be to get her away from it so I could access it. Hey, so do you mind like leaving so I can open up your briefcase? Maybe I should light a fire in the fireplace and then try to smoke her out. Wouldn't that be something? But unfortunately, that would not be possible. Eventually, I figured out that I had to go into the tunnel in Charlotte's room and look through the creepy peephole. That would come in handy here.
What do you want from me?
Now that Harper had successfully scared Clara, I now had the run of the room and I could finally open that briefcase that I had been eyeing this entire playthrough. Putting in the code for the briefcase was super easy, and I will spare everyone the footage of me running around and shoving Nancy's head into every single book imaginable in order to figure out the combo. But after I gathered all the information, something terrifying happened. Excuse me? I was supposed to scare Clara, not... I was supposed to get scared. Are you joking? What is going on? Ah! This game really said it wasn't done with me. I had thought I had seen all the jump scares because it really felt like I was coming up on the end of the game. And well, after that, I was determined to end it all. So I went to work trying to open that briefcase. Okay, briefcase time, go. 2-5. If her masquerade ball was on October 31st, but wasn't, so then it would be 1 and 4. So 1, 4.
Got it.
Oh, I guess maybe she didn't. Okay, not me just making stuff up about her.
This must be what Jessalyn was looking for.
Oh, great. A necklace I had no idea what to do with. Why hide that in a briefcase with a lock that only the CIA would use? Well, I guess the only way I could find out was by talking to Jessalyn. I figured at this point I would never understand the family. I found it.
I found the necklace.
Good. Wait, shoot. It's missing a front piece. I need you to find it as fast as you can. It triggers the opening mechanism. This necklace was used by spies in the Civil War.
Ooh.
If you open it without the missing piece, it shreds the message inside.
Okay, well, that was gonna be a problem. But since I'm such an overachiever, I had already gotten the missing piece. Look at me go. Oh, it's because, like, it was in one of those coffins.
I can't open it. I'm going to need your help.
Oh, goodness.
This looks like it matches one of the notes I found.
Oh, of course you can't. Just leave it to me, I guess. If you want something done, you gotta do it yourself, because everyone in this family is either insane, incompetent, or both. No wonder you all are in this mess. Anyways, I went to work trying to figure out how the picture connected to the necklace puzzle and what I should do. I'm guessing, okay, these are buttons, probably, and we can press them. And then these are letters. Mom, 1867, and right with a W. Do you think that I have to spell something out? So, like, if this is Charlotte's necklace, and, like, let's just go with the theory that we're supposed to spell something out. Mom. Charlotte's mom would be Mariana. Could we spell out Mariana on here? Spoiler alert, yes we can. And I was on the right track with that line of thought. Even though I'd figure out what was attributed to the word mom, the other two would be tricky. Is there someone whose name is Wright? Harriet Beauregard. Oh, Emmeline Wright. Oh, and the other, could I spell out her name? I think I might be cooking. I'm not sure about the number though. Since there seems to be a theme of family, just out of curiosity, is there someone like born in 1867? Oh, he was born, Hiriam was born in 1867. Look at me go! Are you guys proud of me for figuring that one out all on my own? Well, don't celebrate too soon because we're coming up on the puzzle that almost broke me. Can't wait for that one. Anyways, after I hit all of the buttons in the correct order, this happened. And then E.
That's it.
There we go!
What's it say?
I can't. I'm gonna go see her myself.
Oh. Well, that was rude. I wanted to know the T too. So I did what any other sane person would do and followed Jessalyn upstairs, only for her to leave me in the dust. I went back downstairs disappointed, but apparently Jessalyn left whatever she found. I was not paying attention to my surroundings. Okay.
If Jessalyn confronts Clara, things could get dangerous fast.
Clara can't be trusted. Harper needs to know the truth. Things really aren't looking good for Clara right now. I don't know what the truth is, but I'm invested. The rest of the note is instructions for the puzzle that almost made me go insane, so I'll leave this for later. For now, I decided to head back upstairs and surprisingly ran into Mr. Rockthrower of all people. Hey, oh, he's back!
I think it's time I tell you about that thing I forgot.
Oh, how
Night of the
convenient.
fire. I was there.
Huh?
I found Charlotte leaving the crypt. She was really upset. I must have said something to her because she came over to me. I could tell she wanted to say something. But it was like someone took her voice. She gave me this big hug and ran off. And she gave me this.
You're just telling me this now? Well, at least Mr. Rockthrower proved himself to be useful after all, even if he was a little late to the party. The note he gives me depicts a bunch of symbols that I, no surprise, have no idea what they mean. After examining it a little closer, I realized that I've seen at least one of those symbols in the basement and made my way down there to check it out. Did we ever,
I need to find a way to light the tunnel first.
I'm sorry, I still cannot believe Jessalyn was camping out in this pitch black tunnel. That's crazy brave, girl. I can't even walk through a dark hallway without running through it, flipping on all the lights. She's got some nerves of steel. Where's the generator? Is this
If I
it?
can get this
Oh.
it should light up the tunnel. The motor won't work unless we find a way to move that ball bearing down into the shaft.
Oh great, now I have to be a mechanic? Whatever secret Charlotte was hiding better have been worth it because I was getting ready to lose my mind. This puzzle involves getting the ball into the shaft. Sounds easy enough, right? Listen, I didn't sign up to be a mechanic. Did I trap myself? Did I just trap myself, be honest? Oh wait, no, okay. Yeah, so getting to the shaft wouldn't be easy at all, since the walls open or close depending on the direction the ball is moving. And boy, did I struggle even getting through the first part. What on earth? Okay, well these things are rude. Why? This one closes behind me. Oh! Let me in. No! Let me in! Oh! Oh! Honestly, there were no thoughts in my brain. I just moved the ball around till something happened. A risky strategy, but hey, it worked, so I'm not complaining. Oh! Oh, I did it! Yes! I was one step closer to solving this whole case and going home and dunking my head into an ice bucket. The pain of that would surely make me forget the pain of being in this place, right? I also realized that I was missing one achievement that I needed to get before I could move forward, and had to go back to a save that was before I solved the bottle puzzle, because it was time to spin some bottles. Here we go. So is it just like I'm going cuckoo crazy on them? There we go! No bottle is safe around Nancy. With that, the only achievements left can only be gone at the end of the game. So let's continue, shall we? Okay, so this is all lit up. This is how Harper was getting in here. Oh, it's not gonna let... Oh my god. Well, at least I solved that mystery. At the cost of Nancy's leg muscles. Her quads must be burning by the time she gets home from her investigations. I made my way back to where I was before and pulled out the note Colton gave me. The note said to dig behind the symbol that would be next in the sequence, so I pulled out my trusty shovel and was genuinely excited to solve this puzzle because pattern recognition is where I thrive. So like if I just...
Found something.
Oh, perfect. I was just testing, it's great. When you randomly click on a wall and solve a puzzle, I was getting really lucky, and I would desperately need that luck to save me in the next puzzle. This one is rough. What is this? Ew, what is this? This is the puzzle that made me lose my sanity. You see those notches on the sides? You have to line the squares up to them by rotating them until they match. The hard part is some of them match in multiple spots, so it's safe to say I had a hard time. I think I'm gonna have to put this one. No, I put it in at the wrong time. Okay, I say we just set the entire place on fire and we just run away. Oh, I hate these puzzles. I hate that you have to move the right pieces. I hate these puzzles. I hate them. But the thing is, I have to move it if I want it to go back. Oh, this is so annoying. I'm getting dizzy from doing all this. I'm like, woo! At that point, I had sunk in 20 minutes into the puzzle. I could see no light at the end of the tunnel. I was convinced that jumping into the nearest ceiling fan and letting the fan blade smash repeatedly against my head would be less painful than this puzzle. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. Burn it. Burn it to the ground. I hate it. Ah! Did I do it? 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 I did it! Oh my god! Oh yeah, you thought we were done? Yeah, wouldn't that be nice? See, my euphoria didn't last for long. There was a second part to the puzzle. That's part one? What do you mean? No! That's not the end of the puzzle. The piece of paper I said I would explain before now comes into play. There are symbols on the side with numbers after them. I took the numbers to mean which levers to press on the sides, but I still didn't know what those symbols meant. There's these weird symbols, like they kind of look like a squiggly. Oh, wait a minute. The squigglies. It's bracketing them. Whatever you do, do not accidentally hit reset all. I'm convinced the developers are actually insane and evil because why would you put the reset all button next to the reset levers button? Anyways, I make sure to steer clear of all the buttons and very carefully press in the levers according to the numbers written on the page. Ready to put this whole thing behind me. 3, 4, 5. Oh, I did it! That is a stressful puzzle.
If this is what Clara was trying to keep hidden, I think she's the one who started the fire that night.
And what do we have here? It looks like Charlotte cut Clara out of her will, leaving her nothing of the Thornton inheritance. And it was signed the day before Charlotte's death. But before I could do anything about that, danger arose out of nowhere.
Whoa! I better get out of here.
You gotta be joking. I was kidding about setting things on fire. What's happening?
Nancy, help!
What's the matter?
It's Harper. She's in bad shape. I can't carry her.
Girl, get up. It's not that serious. Get up and run. No matter how much I yell at Harper, she stayed sad. So I was given 2 options. And yes, this will come in later. I could either help them or run and escape, leaving them to die. I guess I'll be good and help them.
I bet we could build something to get her out. I could use this to build a makeshift wheelbarrow.
Oh! I guess I have to do all the work and assemble the wheelbarrow because Jessalyn has nothing better to do than stare at Harper. We're about to die. Let's see some pep in your step here. Man, guys. Oh wait, does that not go?
Thanks, I'll get her out.
Oh!
Nancy, my mother's upstairs. She's in the bedroom. It's too dangerous to ask you to help. You decide.
Once again, I am presented with another choice. Either help Clara or leave her in the dust, or leave her to become dust. I guess I was in a helpful mood because I very dumbly agreed to help her. For some weird reason, Clara was in Charlotte's bedroom, and when I entered, the door swung shut behind me and locked. Thanks, Charlotte. I solved your mystery and this is how you repay me? She's gonna have to let us leave, actually. Whoa, okay, yeah, there's a big old, how did Nancy?
Okay, I did this once.
Oh no. Oh no, am I being timed?
What happened?
Oh yes I am, so it's important that I solve this puzzle fast. I already knew how it worked, so I went to work. I obviously was super calm about it. Girl, we have better problems right now, help me! Jump out the window or something, I don't know!
Now you want my life. You want me to rot in some prison.
Yeah, I guess. I would be pretty mad too if you killed me. Go faster! I hear things crumbling! Oh my god, this is, oh my god. Please work. Please work, I beg you. Oh my god. Let's go!
I'm getting you out of here.
Just let me stay.
Oh my god, quit being dramatic. Get in the picture frame.
Pay for your mistakes. Now, come on.
I managed to get Clara out of the house and get 2 achievements for saving everyone and completing the game. Because of the options I picked, I managed to save everyone, allowing Jessalyn and Clara to reconcile, and Clara owning up to accidentally killing Charlotte. Apparently, she'd only meant to scare Charlotte and the flames went out of control. She was living in constant guilt afterwards, wishing that she could take that night back.
The fire department traced the source of the blaze back to the faulty furnace in the basement, and insisted we all visit the hospital for exposure to toxic fumes.
Oh my god, I was
Doctor
right.
I saw explained that carbon monoxide from Harper's furnace may be the cause of some of the unexplained things I saw around the house.
That's literally what I was
Many of the ghosts in
saying!
Victorian-era fiction may have been inspired by the effects of exposure to carbon monoxide from faulty heat.
I, again, somehow predicted a big plot point in a Nancy game. I don't know how I'm doing it, to be honest. In this happy ending, Wade also gets one by getting a position in the board of their family company that Jessalyn took over. And it looks like he and Savannah are going to rekindle their relationship. Speaking of relationships, Colton and Jessalyn dissolve their engagement, leaving him to be with Lexi. And then there's Harper.
Harper disappeared shortly after the fire. After an exhaustive search, Wade and Jessalyn tracked Harper down and convinced her to rejoin the family.
Aww.
Years of Clara's manipulation left her a bit suspicious of the offer at first, but she finally agreed, provided she could completely raze Thornton Hall.
Slay.
And in its place, build a public park dedicated to the memory of the lives lost on Black Rock Island.
W. Harper! Oh
Jessalyn
my
loved the idea and
god!
considered it the first meaningful step toward building a company and a family that would have made Charlotte proud.
Before the story wraps up, and to get my last achievement, I must answer this trivia question right. Because my chat is with me, they made sure I chose the right answer, earning me the Trivia Tamer achievement, my last one. But there was just one last thing to do before I could say I 100%ed the game. What if I had made other choices? What if I hadn't saved Clara? Well, we're about to find out. This game has 3 different endings. We just saw the good one, but what if I got the worst one? There's no time to help. Sorry, I have to go. Oh my god! She just left him in there.
Dear Ned, the fire was completely out of control, but I was able to fight my way out of the house. Jessalyn and Harper have been hospitalized. Colton and Wade aren't returning my calls. I hope they're okay. Clara still hasn't been found.
Oh my god.
I don't know what else to say this time. I wish I could go back and do things differently.
Yikes. Well, I did say it was the worst ending, but there's still one more. Maybe it'll be a little more positive? This time, I helped assemble the wheelbarrow for Harper, but then decided to leave Clara to her fate.
I'm sorry, I can't help. There's no time.
There's no time.
Dear Ned, the fire was completely out of control, but I was able to fight my way out of the house. Jessalyn and Harper made it out right behind me. Clara still hasn't been found.
Even though Harper and Jessalyn got out, Clara being lost to the fire had caused some serious fractions in the family, with everyone disappearing and not returning anyone's calls.
But the day after the fire, a girl in town told me she swore she saw the figures of 2 women floating in the smoke above Black Rock Island.
Ew!
I have to admit that hearing that made me shiver a bit.
Okay, I don't like this ending either, so let's just pretend the good ending is the only ending. But the happy news is, I 100%ed Nancy Drew, the Ghost of Thornton Hall. And now I can relax and try to memory wipe that horrifying experience out of my brain. Thank you so much for watching. And a big thank you to my YouTube members and Twitch subscribers for supporting the channel. If you made it this far in the video, congrats, you are now part of the secret club. Comment the ghost emoji so we all know you made it this far in the video. And if you're looking for something else to watch, might I suggest watching my last Nancy adventure in Venice? Or if you're in a spooky mood, maybe watch my Subnautica video where I get over my fears and complete the game for the first time. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video.